Evening. I trust everyone is having a wonderful evening, and I trust your commute going back and forth was not troubling, and that your stress levels was kept to a bare minimum. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and tonight we will be discussing the four stages of change. Life is full of ups and downs. We have four seasons. If you live on the East Coast, we have summer, we have spring, we have winter, and we have fall. Different stages of change we have to experience when it comes to weather. We know when the weather is cold, you have to change your outer clothing to protect yourself, right? And just like the four areas of seasons that we experience and we go through each and every day, the four areas of our life physical, psychological, spiritual, and social are impacted where we are in our developmental cycles, our family life histories, our past relational issues. And it's so important for us to have the upper room experience where we are able to really come to sense of where we are, where we came from, and where we're going. Part of having a growth mindset, which is different from a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset is being stuck in your ways. We have talked about a prisoner, vacationer, and explorer. Prisoner and vacationer are stuck in their ways. This is their mindset. This is who I am. I'm human. I've been living my life like this for the majority of my life, and I do not want to change. A person who has a growth mindset is open for change. And when you have your upper room experience and you really start to understand your purpose in life, you start to understand your family of origin experiences. You may have done a genogram or a family tree and realize that there are aspects of your life that has been permeated from your family tree on your maternal or paternal side of the family, and you decide that you want to make that change. So as you go through the desire of making the change, you ask yourself, how can I go about making change? Change that is long lasting, that is sustainable, and is something that you can think about and also put into action. So there are four stages of change in order to move from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. And the first area of change is called unconsciously incompetent. Unconsciously incompetent. And this is where one person is not aware of their strongholds or concerning issues, right? Strongholds or concerning issues are triggers that can definitely hinder the vitality and the health and wealth of relationships. There are triggers for self, and they definitely will come out in relationship. So this is a person who is not aware of the strongholds of their life. Once again, this is called unconsciously incompetent. One is not aware of their strongholds or concerning issues. The second stage of change is a person who is consciously incompetent. This is a person who is aware of their stronghold or concerning issue. This is a person who may or may not make excuses. They may be ready for change. They may be blaming others for their strongholds or their issues, or they accept total responsibility. And you remember the acronym HOT: humility, ownership, and transparency. These three elements is needed in order for change to occur, that it is sustainable and it is heartfelt. So the second stage of change is a person who is consciously incompetent. The third stage of change is a person who is consciously competent. One is determined to give up their stronghold or concerning issue. This is a person who has been in the wilderness for a long period of time. They have battles and they have blessings. They have blessings and they have battles. This is a person who has lost their vitality. They are tired of going down the same foxhole each and every day, and they decided to make their change. Consider a sponge that does not have any water in it. This is a person who has been dried up, and they have consciously decided to make their change. It may be a change that has impacted their life or their relationships, or it can be an issue that has permeated a person's life ever since their family of origin experience. And the last level of change is called unconsciously competent. The stronghold does not have dominion over a person, and he or she is eager with sharing with others. Now, the person who's able to go through change is will go through successfully will go through these four stages. The last stage is where a person realizes he or she has the capacity, the power to overcome their issue. This is a person who finds relief and sustainability with sharing their experiences, not afraid or ashamed of sharing their experiences. They're not blaming others. They're taking full responsibility for their actions because they are eager to change. Now, what happens when you start your engine with moving through these four areas of change, and how does it impact your four areas of life? And this is the power of the brain. This is the power of your consciousness. When I was in school, one of my favorite classes I took was neurobiology. Well, when you start to understand the power of the brain and positivity and positive thinking, right? So when you're able to um, to make a heartfelt decision of change, and you are eager about it, you're positive, you're learning optimism, your brain will release the extra hormones that promote health and wealth in four areas of your life. In fact, when you are living in that desire of change, because first you have to vertically think about change and how this change is going to impact your life based on where you came from, where you are today, and where you're going, and how change is going to positively impact the four areas of your life. So when you start to think about this, unbeknownst to you, you start to feel good as if you're exercising. You have a nice meal, a nice walk. Your brain will release these hormones that actually will decrease the aging process and promote health. One of my favorite statements that I have read, and this is from Ellen G. White, Testimonies for the Church, volume 4, page 56. And this is what she says: the pleasure of doing good to others imparts a glow to the feelings, which flashes through the nerves, quickens the circulation of the blood, and induces mental and physical health. Right. So when we desire to make that change and to live in the change, right, we start to feel better. As a matter of fact, you start to feel youthful. Your immune system starts to heighten and increase. The body starts to make more white blood cells, and you find yourself having increased health, right? And this is important for us, especially as you get older, right? And you find the need to make subtle changes in your daily routine, more exercises, especially if you're sitting down. A lot of jobs have rent remote, so you're sitting down a lot of times. It's important to get up, stretch, Free your mind from stress. Even though you may be working at home, take time to decompress from your job, to take a deep breath, right? And get your mind back on what it means to have optimal health. Think about self care. Think about activities that make you feel good, your hobbies. When I was younger, I used to like to roller skate. I played hockey. I played basketball. I played baseball and football. Young people are not as active today as we used to be when we was younger. Yet you still have to find time for self care, right? And one of my activities I like to do right now in my community, I like to walk around. It's too cold to walk around right now, but when the weather gets warmer, I like to walk around the community, or I like to bike ride. All right. And when I bike ride and I'm walking, I'm thinking positive thoughts. I'm thinking optimal thoughts. I'm thinking about how I'm able to sustain change. Where am I at in these four areas of change, and how can I empower my clients and my colleagues and my family, whoever I come in contact with? How can I be an agent of change to inspire others to move out their comfort zone? It only takes a spark to start a fire, right? And if you remember the short video about encouragement, the 3 E's of encouragement, you have to remember we are empowered for great heights. We have been equipped to overcome the dominions and the strongholds in our life. And thirdly, we are called to be engaged with others. These are the 3 E's of encouragement. We have to empower ourselves, right? And empower ourselves is to remember who you are. Remember your identity. Remember there are others who look up to you, right? And so it's important to encourage yourself as a parent. What is easier to be encouraged by your family, your spouse, your children, because you want to lead an impression on them, an example of how to succeed in life. And remember, you are equipped, right? One of the issues I have learned is my strongholds will eventually become my strengths, right? No excuses, accountability, humility, taking ownership of my entire person, and making my concerning issues stronghold, to actively listen to others, agreeing to disagree, and to be solution focused. So remember, we have to empower ourselves. We have to remember we have been equipped for greater heights, and we have to engage, share our experience with others, empower others. There's nothing that is much that's so rewarding is to see the spark in someone's eyes um, as they learn more about their purpose in life. People learn from your examples, and people want to hear your testimony. They want to see how your life has changed based on what you are selling them in your speech and in your testimony. So one of the whole purpose of life is to be solution focused. In counseling, we use the 2-to-1 perspective to help clients to overcome issues. Agree to discuss the issue, for example, for 15 minutes, followed by discussing the issue double that time for half an hour. And if you can't come to an agreement on the answer, table it. Go have some ice cream, go for a walk, go watch a movie, take your mind and your emotions out of the issue. And when you come back, think about a positive emotion that can guide your decision making activities, and to focus on the solution. What is the solution that's going to edify yourself and bring harmony in a relationship? What is the impact of your relational function on your offspring, your children? I wonder if the young people have a sense of being solution focused by following and examining your example, right? It's important for us to slow ourselves down and to be the answer to the problem. Sometimes we expect our spouses, we expect our significant others to be the answer, but I challenge you and I challenge I to be the answer. If you want your spouse to do A, B, and C, you do A, B, and C. Lead by example and pray and be optimistic that your spouse will sober up and follow the example you are administering. It's so important to have harmony in your home. There is so much confusion, so much mental health and diagnosis and disease. You just don't know what the next person's going through. Yet the spark in your eye, a nice smile, can help um, the person move from the problem to the solution. So it's important to be able to slow down and to give an answer to the person you see in the mirror who's going through issues. It's so easy to help others with their issues, but what happens when you are going through the issue? What do you do? How do you handle it? Remember, there are three aspects of self, three pronouns, me, myself, and I, which is indicative of your past, present, and future, right? Think about where you came from and think about where you are now. Learn to look at the glass as halfway full as opposed to halfway empty, right? Remember the sequence of days. We have talked about it. Day starts at night and it ends in daytime. So joy always comes inside the morning. Look to persevere. Look to be um, focused. Look to endure. Look to be a solution to your issues. Look to be a repairer of the breach, an agent of change. You will be making many decisions each and every day. Yet you can slow yourself down and seek the solution to your answer, not only for yourself, but for others. Be not afraid to say, I don't have the answer, but you will look and you seek to find the answer. Let solution focus demeanor be part of your vernacular, right? Learn to think higher, walk taller, and seek guidance when it's needed, right? Many people are going through issues. Many people are going to issues, and sometimes it's so difficult for people to focus on the solution when they have no energy to do so because all their energy has been focused on the problem, right? Yet when you're able to do so, when you're able to put that spark in someone's eye and you see them start glowing, you see them start to feel vibrant, then you know that you have done something that can be sustainable to that person. Sometimes you have to move away from texting a person and just call them on the phone and just see how they're doing. Let them know that you have been thinking about them, right? And that you're praying for them, right? It's time for us to be a difference maker, right? Let us help others move from their problems. So when someone say your name, they can say he or she is a person of change. He or she is genuine. They're respectful. They're honorable because they're really concerned about the welfare of others. So this presentation is only for 20 minutes. And I just want you to know you have the power to change. We was created to have dominion over life issues. So let's make that change. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, the 4 stages of change. And remember, change starts with you and change starts with me. So let's make that change. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's many videos about life, marriage, and health on it. Have a great day, and remember, strive for perfection while settling for excellence.